first 100,000, like look at this money. I tell them all the time who's seen it coming. We really came from nothing like. I told my boy.
Alright y'all, so we are back with another video, man. We're going to be going over the top 5 worst heroes in Mobile Legends. This isn't going to be in any order, and the interesting thing about this list is that this was the hardest list that I've ever had to make, because I was sitting here really just trying to look at heroes and see who's just absolutely useless and has no place in the meta or even just in the game right now. And it was almost impossible to do. Like literally I only found one hero that meets that criteria. So I really want to talk about that hero, and we're going to start off with that hero. But everyone else on the list outside of the first hero, they basically have potential, and it takes the right team to bring their value out of them, as opposed to like everyone else in Mobile Legends who's not on this list. Well, most of the other people in Mobile Legends who's not on this list, they can kind of work with any team if you play them right, but these heroes, they're just specific to certain team types and stuff, so that's why they've made this list. So yeah, they're not necessarily bad heroes, but they're harder to use, and they need more teamwork and stuff like that. It's just so many other variables to consider with these heroes that you might as well just play someone else. So let's jump right into it. What I want you all to do is write your top 5 list down below. Let me know who you think is the worst right now in Mobile Legends, and why do you think that they're the worst? Do they not have enough crowd control? Do they not fit into the meta? Like what's your thoughts on the heroes that you think are the worst heroes? Make sure you write that down below. Also drop a thumbs up on this video, I'd appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. But let's jump into it, man. Starting off with this first hero, I really want to have a good conversation about this hero, because yeah, I'm just like, this is literally the one and only hero in Mobile Legends. I think it's just absolutely pointless. Now, this hero is Franco. Franco, I'm just not seeing the value that he brings to a team, yo. Franco is really the, like, well, let's sit here and think about the job of a tank, right? A tank is supposed to take damage. A tank is supposed to initiate. A tank is supposed to really be very sustainable. Now, when it comes to Franco, he's not as sustainable as other tanks. When it comes to Franco, he can't initiate as well as other tanks. When it comes to Franco, he really can't do anything well. Like, what Franco is good at is singling people out and pulling certain people in, but like when it comes down to initiate, and I guess when he can hook somebody and that can initiate, but he's the only initiator, quote unquote initiator, where there's a if to the end of that statement. So let's say Franco can initiate if he can actually land a hook. Like no other tank has an if attached to that. If Hylos dives, if Hylos dives, he will initiate. If a guy dives, he will initiate. If Franco hooks, he possibly maybe could initiate. And that's what makes him not so good, and that's what makes him like really the worst tank right now. Like literally every other tank, even Kacha, if he dives you, if he dives your team, he is going to initiate with your team. Somebody's going to get caught, especially if you aim it even slightly correctly. Somebody's going to get caught. Like it's really no other tank where there's you can kind of initiate this team fight if you land a hook or something. Like he's really the only one that's just got a big old if attached to him, and I don't think that's good. That's not really good for any team comp. Like I just really can't think of a team comp that would really have an advantage with Franco on it. Like I can't think of any scenario where I would rather have a Franco over somebody else. I feel like for every single situation or every single type of team comp, even if the meta was completely different away from stuns, I still don't see Franco like a situation where I would want to have a Franco over anyone else. So yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that one. But let's jump into some of the other heroes that simply made the list because they're harder to kind of put on teams. So basically, we're going to start off with Alucard. As we all know, Alucard is a very powerful hero. He's actually one of the strongest heroes in Mobile Legends when it comes down to just brute strength. But sadly, it's not just about brute strength anymore, because the meta has shifted towards all these stuns. Like, these assassins have crazy escapes now. When it comes down to choosing an assassin and stuff, you probably want somebody who can just dive in and dive out and escape at any time and stuff like that, and Alucard just doesn't fit that. It's long past the days where Alucard could just jump into a group of 5 people and, if they're good, kill them, because that's how Mobile Legends used to be. You could jump into 5 people who were not potatoes, and Alucard used to be able to just absolutely obliterate all 5 of them. Now Alucard can still jump in depending on the team comp, and that's why he made the list. But there is a situation where he can excel. If no one has if someone happens to choose a team comp where there's absolutely no crowd control, or the crowd control is very, very limited, and then he waits till someone uses their crowd control, then he initiates on the whole team, he could literally still wipe people out very, very easily. But it is that if factor. You have to have the right team comp. So there are team comps where Alucard can still be dominant in this meta, but it just takes too much. It takes too much. Like, he's not one of those heroes that can fit into pretty much any meta you want to do. So if there's no crowd control, Lancelot still fits in there, right? If there is crowd control, Lancelot still fits in there, right? So it's like, no matter what type of like, almost every other hero in Mobile Legends, they can kind of work with just about every other thing. But Alucard, I think that the fact that he's not that valuable in this meta, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes him not that good right now. It really makes him not that good right now, because 9 times out of 10 your games are going to have crowd control. Your games are going to have people with a lot of stuns, and that's just because all these new heroes they've been releasing, everybody got stuns. So I mean, back when he was dominant, he was freaking dominant. Like I said, he still has the potential, he still can work, but it just comes down to having the right team around him. So yeah, Alucard, I had to put him on the list. Xylong, I'd have to actually say the same thing about Xylong, honestly. Pretty much the same thing I just said about Alucard. Xylong falls into the same category a little bit, because it can be good depending on the type of team comp that you want. But honestly, the best team comp for Xylong would be something where you can really cause a lot of havoc with certain characters, and you can force everybody to focus on one side of the map, and then you have Xylong sneaking around to the other side of the map. And like, with a strategy like that, where you have a bunch of powerful heroes on one side of the map, where you could potentially win without even having a split push, I think that you could accelerate that gameplay, because you can have so much just brute power and stuns and stuff on one side of the map that it's going to force everybody to come over there if they want to have any hope of stopping them. Then Xylong can just run through and destroy all the towers and win the game. Like that's a strategy that could work. That's a strategy where you're planning to do it. And also, it works with certain team comps also, where there's no like stuns and stuff like that. If they don't have crazy stuns, crazy crowd control, Xylong could also work there, because he's really good at assassinating people. Like, he does a lot of damage too. So like I said, these heroes, all of them, it really kind of depends on the team comp that they're placed with and the strategy that team is going to be using, because these heroes that's like not so good right now in the meta, put them on the right team and under the right conditions, and they can just as easily slay with the best of them. They can just as easily wipe out a bunch of people like you see Gaijin doing, or like you see Lancelot. Like, they can just as easily become some of the top slayers. But there's the big old if. What's the other team comp looking like? Does every single person on that team has a stun? Are they going to get stunned by Kagura? Are they going to get trapped by Cyclops? Are they going to get, like, it's so many people that can really just stop their momentum, like, very, very easily. So I think that's one of the biggest struggles with placing these guys on a team right now. Another one of those people that kind of falls into that category is Bane. Bane definitely can work well. I've seen him played well so many times to doubt Bane still, but at the same time, he doesn't have crowd control. He doesn't bring enough to the table, I don't think his kit allows for him to really fit into this meta or thrive in this meta where there's just so many stuns and stuff. So I feel like there's better picks that can do Bane's job better than Bane could right now. So Bane is like I said, Bane is a decent hero. He can actually take down towers pretty quickly as well. Like, there's things that Bane is good at, but like I said, there's just some other heroes that can do things better than he can. So yeah, I had to throw him on this list, man. That was a pretty quick one. It's basically the same. Like, pretty much these heroes, these last few heroes here, they're all the same. They all in the same boat right now. If they have the right team, they can just go crazy and have crazy games. Like if they have the right teams and they go against the right team for them, they can have crazy games. But yeah, it depends on the team and stuff. So also, last but not least here, one of my favorite heroes. So it pains me to put her on this list, but I'm gonna have to say Layla, man. Layla definitely has to make this list of one of the worst heroes, simply because if you're going against really good players, she has no escapes, man. She has no escapes. First off, marksmen aren't too just dominant right now anyway because of the meta, but the thing that she does have going for her is the fact that she has crazy range. But then again, that means that you have to get to level 12. And that's very, very hard to do in this meta because you have so many people who can just come for you. And honestly, when it comes, let's say the other team, I don't know why anyone would ever let another team get this type of team comp, but let's say the other team had a freaking Fanny, Lancelot, and Gashin. What is Layla going to do? Layla has absolutely no chance of surviving that. Honestly, pretty much any ADC has very little chance, especially if all three of them keep diving at once at the same time. Yeah, you're pretty much over with. But when it comes down to a hero like maybe Bruno could probably escape that. Like if you kick your ball away and you use your second ability, your slide, and you slide into your ball, and you keep doing that all the way into your base or into your team and stuff like that, Bruno has a chance because he has an escape. I don't like with Layla, because Layla has no escapes. Like I feel like she could just easily be bullied against a team. It don't even take like a bunch of killers like that. Like that was an extreme example. You could have a basic example, just any good assassin that just wants to focus Layla and focus Layla really hard, who's actually like super good. So even just a single Lancelot by himself, if he's positioned at the right place and he catches Layla off guard, initiate with an ultimate, then slow her down with the second ability, then dash at her and keep just swinging. Then if she gets a little bit of distance, he dashes at her again because he has another dash. Like it's just one dedicated assassin can actually take out Layla pretty easily, as long as he's a skilled assassin. So I think that's what makes Layla difficult to use. Like I said, with the right team, Layla can easily be dominated. If you have a team that's working together and making sure they keep the assassins off you and making sure you're not in a position where you can get flanked or you can get caught off guard, then yeah, Layla could easily dominate the game. Layla is easily one of the most powerful heroes in Mobile Legends. Like pretty much, honestly, it's crazy how some of the worst heroes right now at one point in time were the most powerful or have the potential to be the most powerful heroes in the game. But it's just, except for Franco. I'm sorry. I mean, I gotta stick to my guns. Like somebody tell me down below what can Franco do? I really want a genuine answer to that, man. What is Franco good for? Like that's my biggest question out of this whole video. What is Franco good for? I want your thoughts down below, but that was pretty much it, y'all. I just wanted to talk about this. I felt like these are the heroes that's kind of shaky with me, that I'm kind of thinking about. They're not really usable right now. So let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let me know what's up with Franco. Make sure you drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, yo.
I'm on it. Can't fail for my family, I want it. So they'll never need